Hey guys! So, today we're gonna talk a little bit about a question that I got yesterday by someone who, well, basically posed the question, Frederick, these videos of yours, have they, or this channel if you will, has this channel impacted your career in a positive manner? And if so, how? So let's get into it. I think that's a pretty great question because if you watched any of my videos about kind of how you as a junior can take certain steps in order to enhance your CV or better your odds of getting a yes or getting a job or something of that nature when you're in a job interview, this is the sort of thing that I'm talking about. Now, I've been saying previously to you that the thing about IT is that first and foremost it is a talent business. And what I mean by that is that this is not the sort of job, or this is not the sort of industry where you simply can kind of do the thing that you're hired to do and then everything's peachy, unfortunately. Even though sometimes I can think that things go a little bit too far. It's a little bit, how do I put it? It gets to be a little bit insane. It's not like being a regular type of person. It's not about being a regular person. People want you to go the extra mile in this industry, especially if you're a junior, because people want to hire passionate developers who have talent and who have skill and who have potential and all that good stuff. And in order for you to be able to communicate that sort of thing, you have two options. Either you have a lot of experience on paper, in other words, you are a senior. Seniors and having just a good attitude towards programming and having a lot of skill is highly sought after, as you can imagine. For a junior, you don't really have that. So figuring out a way to communicate that in an effective manner is very important. So having your own open source project, or building your own application, or starting your own startup, or doing some side stuff, that sort of thing is very, very valued. It's something that it's proof that you really care about the thing that you're doing and that you have some sort of skill, right? Because words are just words. They don't weigh as heavy as action. So how about my little channel here? Well, as you can imagine, even at a small scale, this is the sort of thing that I'm talking about. Having like the ability to go into a job interview and say, hey, like in my spare time I tutor and I teach and I kind of make videos about programming and so forth. That's the sort of thing that I'm talking about. That's on par with the sort of thing as having your own open source library or like this sort of thing, right? Now, I've never actually been in a situation where I've needed to mention these little channels of this channel of mine. I've actually, well, as probably a few of you know, I don't actually promote this channel at all. Like when I started doing this sort of thing, it was just for my own sake, and it kind of still is. It was only when I started getting some traction and people actually, I think one of my coworkers saw one of my videos on a Reddit thread or something where they actually learned that I actually was doing this, right? But if, say, next time I was looking for a job, this would be the sort of thing that I could mention if I felt that I needed to. Apart from that, I meet a lot of interesting people. Like there's a ton of people who connect with me on LinkedIn, and there are a ton of people who just want to talk and are looking for some advice or want some guidance and stuff of that nature, which is very flattering. So I get to learn I get to know a lot of new people. But if we're talking about in a more direct way, if it has benefited my career, I have so far received one, at least I haven't picked up on anything just as of now, but there was someone who reached out asking about being part of being a paid tutor, basically, sort of like Ahed.io or these sort of things, right, or Plural sites. I can't remember now exactly, but that was one thing, they saw my videos and they thought that I should, or rather they wanted to recruit me for their pool of tutors teaching JavaScript and stuff of that nature. And apart from that, I've had a few recruiters reach out based on the videos and like things of that stuff like that, for example. And and Facebook also, like a representative from Facebook got in touch as well because of my videos. So the videos themselves, even if it's at like the channel, even if it's at small scale, and you know, considering how many viewers some of these channels have, I mean, even at just a few, like just at a small scale, you can kind of, you know, it's publicity. And publicity or having exposure, that's always a good thing. The more exposure you have, the more statistically, the more people are going to see you and get to like just view you, if you will, and the more opportunities you're going to have. So that's basically how it goes for me. Like the channel itself is, in some small way, I would say, benefiting my career. Not that that's something that I care all that much about, but it does. So if this is your sort of thing, because maybe you're not the sort of person who wants to sit and work on an open source project, or maybe you don't have an idea right now, and maybe you just want to have a hobby or something like that improves your confidence a little bit and maybe puts yourself a little bit out there, then this is the sort of thing that you can do. And you know, you don't have to be a senior or some master programmer to do this sort of thing. You can teach the basics if you are a more junior profile if you want to, and so forth. And I mean, there's tons of stuff that you could do on if you wanted to start your own channel and do stuff of that nature. So I highly encourage you to kind of not necessarily make a YouTube channel if that's not your thing, but thinking about exposure. But for me, it's been, you know, it's just fun for me, but it does absolutely benefit my career as well. So I hope you take that with you and have a great day.